right, let's talk about what I call the world of the UWG online learner. I've got this divided up. These are all these little bubbles indicate sort of like tools, sources of information, sources of activity, locations of activity, sources of information that you will be dealing with as an online student. And at first you just kind of grope your way through it all until eventually you begin to see all of these different areas fairly clearly. But I thought by showing you this little bubble map that maybe it'll help you with sort of becoming accustomed to this world, and maybe that will help you function in it better. All right, so the way I've got these little bubbles organized, these various areas, these these are mostly informational sources, or they're sites of activity. The way I've got it organized is by these four main areas of UWG Online. So these reddish bubbles pertain to them. They're sort of in the domain of UWG Online. These greenish bubbles pertain to the library. These sort of purplish, you probably can't even tell it's purple, but these purplish bubbles pertain to the College of Education. And then in black we've got ITS/student ITS. All right, so let's go ahead and just take it by general area. So UWG Online is responsible for CourseDen. CourseDen is the learning management system that you are in this pre-orientation module in currently. This course, this little pre-orientation course, is within CourseDen. CourseDen is sometimes called D2L or Desire to Learn because that's the actual brand of learning management system that we're using to house CourseDen in. So sometimes you'll hear that used if somebody says go into D2L, they mean go into CourseDen. All right, so UWG Online can help you. If you have issues with CourseDen, you can call them at their phone number. Call Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. That's usually their hours. And then during the first week, probably of a summer semester, they normally have extended hours till like 7 or 7:30 at night. And then maybe the first 2 weeks of a long semester, they frequently have extended hours to help you. So just keep that in mind. They do have live tech support that you can use. They also have other forms of support in addition, so that you can email them. If it's not totally urgent, you can email them. You can, I think they have chat text now if you look on the homepage. And you're going to learn how to use CourseDen, but if you look on the homepage of CourseDen, you may find some other options for contacting them. I normally try to just talk to live people, so I kind of wait till Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and that works pretty well. This group on campus not only supports CourseDen, they support Blackboard IM, which is a chat tool. It's not used a whole lot by people outside of UWG Online anymore because they discontinued the service for a little while, but I think it's available again if you want to use it. At your orientation, you might ask them about Blackboard IM. Say, hey, is that available to us? If so, how do we use it? And they will help you with that. Blackboard Collaborate is the supported online meeting system that professors often use. So UWG Online supports it, and professors often integrate it into their CourseDen courses, and that's how you have live meetings with folks, with Dr. Willix and other people. A lot of the time professors have other tools they use. For example, a lot of professors out of the Department of Ed Tech and Foundations might use GoToMeeting because they think it's a little bit better than Blackboard Collaborate. They all work about the same, but just keep that in mind. The UWG Wiki system is also something UWG Online sort of maintains, so if you have an issue with it, you can contact them. Turning then to the library. If you go to the library homepage, you can access Galileo, which is a Georgia just kingdom full of amazing electronic resources. So you'll do a lot of your research in Galileo. If I quickly, just to show you, I'm going to Google Library Wesca. And there you have Galileo. So that's where you'll do a lot of your research for the courses that you're going to take, where you can download peer-reviewed articles, and a lot of other things are in there as well. You can also search for books and things like that here, but I'm not going to go into that because that's the librarian's domain. But the librarians are really eager to help you as long as you can ask them for help. We have a library guide, a lib guide that they've created. There's some librarians in there. If you go check out our lib guide, it's got contacts on it, and those are the folks who sort of help us. They're because there's lots of librarians. There's like maybe 20 or 30 of them on campus, but there's like 3 or 4 who are dedicated to our program. And if you go to our lib guide, you can find out who those folks are. You'll probably meet some of them in your orientation on campus as well. I do urge you to check out that lib guide. I would say read through the whole thing. Just take 3 to 5 hours one night and just get through it. You'll be practicing a lot of the things that you learn about in this lib guide throughout your program, but it's probably a good idea just to kind of read through it. It'd be good to read through before you even see the librarians on campus, so that you can ask even better, deeper questions of them when you see them, and it's not just how do I find Galileo. You should know, try to push yourself to know, how do you find Galileo. You go to the library homepage and you click the Galileo link, but push it further to like getting help on how you find the materials that you need to find to jump into the research you think you want to do. The library may support doc students in getting access to EndNote citation software. They have in the past, and I haven't heard them that they've discontinued this, so let's assume for now that they do. If you're interested in bibliographic software, then I suggest when you're with the library folks on campus that you ask them about it. And they do provide occasional online trainings, and certainly if you squeak the wheel and you ask them to, I think that they will. If EndNote is something they still support for grad students, I think that they would be happy to provide an online live training for you, or give you access to one that they've done. They've done numerous ones in the recent past. All right, so for the College of Ed, let's look over there. You've, of course, got the EDD and School Improvement website. That's where Dr. Willix posts a lot of program or cohort-specific information, should I say. And then TK20 is an assessment system that we use to communicate with the Georgia Professional Standards Commission and with our accreditors from CAPE, formerly NCATE, to let them know, it's like a window into our program. It's where you will be posting artifacts that you have created throughout your program. These artifacts, along with other programmatic data, are used to drive program improvements. So you will be posting in the TK20 system at least 2 times, if not maybe a few more. Maybe it's 3. I'm not sure. It changes, but it's several times throughout your program you will be posting there. It is a subscription service that you're going to have to invest in. It's not super expensive. I think it's maybe $100. Nobody likes to spend $100 on an assessment system subscription, but it is something that you're going to have to do. All right, so finally let's talk about ITS and SITs. ITS, the main thing that they take care of is My UWG. Within My UWG, so they're going to help you if you have trouble logging in, if you get locked out of it. These are the guys you call, ITS/student ITS. They also provide technical support, like if your computer's not working, they may be able to help you with that. If you want to get Microsoft Office, if you want to buy that, because as a student you get a really cheap copy of it, it's like $10 or something. You can buy an operating system software from ITS. They're the folks to help you with that. So you have to basically call them and get help with all that. You can also look on their numerous web pages. If you just Google ITS West GA, you will find lots and lots of information about all the things that they oversee and help you with. They're also, of course, they're responsible for helping you get into My UWG if your login fails, because that single login also ties to Courston. It ties to your UWG email, which is a Google email. So they're there to help you with that if you have some kind of problems. From the My UWG, this is where it gets a little tricky though, because inside of My UWG, which ITS is mostly responsible for helping with the technical piece of, there are all these other tools that are housed there. So for example, the reason these arrows are here is because this indicates that it's through My UWG that you access the TK20 assessment system, and is also through My UWG that you access the UWG wiki system. But if you call ITS and you say, help me with the UWG wiki system, they'll be confused. They might not know what you're talking about or what that even means. I'm sure they know what wikis are, but they're not responsible for the wiki system. That's actually UWG Online that deals with that. Um, in terms of TK20, even though it's accessed through my UWG, it's the COE that actually manages TK20. So if you had a question about TK20, how would you find information? And if let's say you don't have any instant information about the COE, what I would do is I would try this. This is my final tip for you guys today. I'm pretty much done with this presentation, but I find that using the search term WestGA is really handy to throw in a Google search if you're trying to find something on the West Georgia website and you have no idea who's responsible, because that's really a common issue. So let's say you want to know about TK20, I would type WestGA TK20 and maybe COE, maybe throw COE in there. And then you'll see here the top find is will give you some information about the West Georgia TK20 information page and buying it, and the contact person is Stephanie Siegel. So I can understand the complexity of this. Like, how do you navigate this world? We have to learn how to search, and so that was just a quick example of one way you would search for who in the heck would have information about TK20 in the College of Ed. All right, so this is your world you're going to know so very well immediately. I mean, you're gonna really know it well by the end of July of 2014. I'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much.